Batya Ungar-Sargon's here, deputy opinion editor at Newsweek. Batya, it's good to see you as always. You think about this, there's two things you can be handling. If these are the standards, you lower them, that's a problem. If the standard is here, you say, okay, there's lots of people above the standard, but we are going to prioritize people who come from poor backgrounds, who are African-American, who are Hispanic, on and on and on, but they are above the same standard as everybody else. Is that still a problem?
Right. I mean, the problem here is that the only reason there are not more minorities in these schools already is due to a lack of opportunity, right? It's not because they're actually worse or substandard, but that is the message that these kinds of policies send. They say in order to get these kids into these schools, we have to lower the standard. Ergo, these people do not believe that there is the natural talent that is only not making it there due to opportunity. It is so deeply racist, Leland.
I think about this. In a way, the Jewish community has gone through the very same thing, obviously not now, but did back in the 1930s and 40s when it came to education, when it came to housing, when it came to all sorts of things. But they are no longer a protected class.
Right, that's exactly right. And now Asians are going through what Jews went through. So back in the day, there was a quota on Jews in these institutions of higher education. So if you got a Jewish doctor, you knew that not only were they a good doctor, but, you know, they were one of the smartest Jews in that area because those were the only ones they let in. The same thing is now happening with Asians. We have come to a place in our society where you can judge somebody's acuity based on their race because of liberal leftist policies that are there to punish Asians who are high achievers and thus imply that people of color are not able to achieve in the same way. It is disgusting.
Give people their fair, the sort of the benefit of the doubt of where their hearts are at the very least, which is people say, hey, look, if you just picked everybody based on test scores, right? If we just said we're only going to take the very top number of of MCATs, which is the med school version of the SAT. Well, you'd end up with very smart people that may not make the best doctors. Are we to believe that diversity and diversity of background shouldn't be taken into account at all?
We all want the same thing. We all want a more diverse society that respects everybody, a more diverse elite. The question is, what about everybody else, right? They are not actually trying to widen the pathway to these good careers. What they're trying to do is keep them narrow to protect elite status. They just want a few more people of color in there to make them feel better about themselves. That's not how you do it. Go into these communities, find these smart kids, open up the pathway to these great careers because there's talent everywhere. It's just that leftists don't want to recognize that because they don't want to, they're protecting their own status at the end of the day.
Yeah, it used to be the way you found the smart kids, and there are thousands of stories like this. As you give them all the standardized tests, you see who does the best of minority kids, and you go and you really focus on them. There have been a lot of organizations that at least used to do that. Batya, it's good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Leland.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.